issue that was raised by the leader of opposition on one Edward Sebufu, commonly known as Eddie Mutwe. I have been in contact with the Minister of Justice, with relevant officers. I have asked them to see how best we can have these people produced to court and be given bail. The fact that these people are sick should be handled expeditiously. Honorable members, you'll allow me to invoke Rule 26(1) of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, and I will vary the order paper to bring a motion by the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development seeking for an authorization of government to borrow, and the reports are ready from the committee. Thank you. Have a nice deliberation.
Honourable Speaker, I want to appreciate that you have followed up on the matter that I did raise yesterday, so that we get to see justice prevail in this good country. Honourable Speaker, yesterday I focused quite a bit on Edward Sebufu, Eddie Mutwe, who was of course abducted, tortured and all of that. He was eventually produced in court, well, of course, as opposed to being produced taken to a hospital. But there are others, Right Honourable Speaker, who are missing too. One, Sebude Kasim, was abducted on the same day, 27th April, as Eddie Mutwe. He's still missing to date. Mpala Nyimaiko was abducted from Matuga on 18th March 2025. Sentongo Shakur was abducted from Jinja on 5th March 2025. Honourable Speaker, up to now, and the reason I call them abductions, these were not arrests, because an arrest, an officer shows up, says, I'm officer so-and-so, I'm arresting you for this offense, and they take you to a police station. These ones were abducted by gunmen, put in drones, taken to no one knows where, up to now. Police denies knowledge about them, and so it is not known where they are. But we believe, like all these others, they're in the hands of government. Can government account for these people? But more importantly, Right Honourable Speaker, I don't know, we are saying this for the umpteenth time. When shall this stop? Why can't government operate within the law? If you want to arrest somebody, for starters, summon them. None of us has ever been summoned and we failed to show up. But if you must execute an arrest, do it within the law. Why abduct people, take them, torture them, and all of that? And finally, Right Honourable Speaker, yes, now we are demanding that Eddie Mutwe's matter be handled, him be taken to hospital, but we have not yet dealt with the question of the government official, the Chief of Defence Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who abducted him and tortured him in his basement. We have not gotten commitment from government in as far as following up this matter of a government official. I think that needs to come through. Okay. Yes, it is good that now we have picked up the matter, and I appreciate you, follow up and all, but can we have action, commitment? What is government going to do about this government official? Maybe government needs to tell us this one is untouchable. We need to hear it. Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney General, I want a response to that effect on the people LOP is claiming to have been abducted. Please give my office a feedback.
Thank you, Right Honourable. I am sure he will.
My
share
interest is on the people who are arrested. I don't know about the untouchables, but for now, let's first have the people.
You can just share with us the details, and we'll find them and share.
So let's have the details, and then we make a follow-up.
He says he doesn't have time. That sounds preposterous. Anyhow, I'm going to follow up, obviously, and I give you the names. That's okay. However, Right Honourable Speaker, and yes, for you, you're saying, Right Honourable Speaker, that might not be your interest, and I respectfully take what it is that you're saying, but for me, it is my interest that government officials follow the law, and that these who are untouchable get to be dealt with. It might not be the interest of government or whoever, but for me, as a citizen of Uganda, as a leader in this country, it is my interest
Leader of opposition.
that everybody follows the law. Right Honourable Speaker, it should be our interest. It should be your interest too, Right Honourable Speaker, because you're the custodian of the Constitution. I'm a little bit disappointed.
We have a Prime Minister who is responsible for all government officials. My work is limited to here. So the Prime Minister should take it up from there. For us, let's do what we ought to do.
Most obliged, Right Honourable Speaker. And if you permit, maybe we shall request the Prime Minister to come to Parliament with a statement on that, because it is my assertion that some people are above the law. But government can correct that assertion. And so I do oblige that maybe we should ask the Prime Minister to come to this House with a statement saying no one is untouchable, and so this government official who did this is going to be dealt with in this way in accordance with the law.
Let me first have...
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm raising on an issue that you talked about in your communication about the tax bills and the subsequent budget process that we are in. Right Honourable Speaker, I will request to remind you and the House that USAID has been a major funder of our health sector. And there have been serious changes that put USAID off. It is very important, Right Honourable Speaker, that as we conclude the budget process, the Minister of Health, together with the Minister of Finance, addresses Parliament on what amount of money we are missing as a result of USAID being put off, and what effect it has on our health sector, and how we prepare to recover. Because it used to cover issues like test kits for malaria and HIV, and very essential medicines for our people and ourselves. I think it's very important, Right Honourable Speaker, that it comes out now from Ministry of Finance and Health, the impact, the effect of USAID and the attendant organizations like Global Fund that have been affected, and how they will affect the country, and how we are prepared in this budget to address these issues, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
Honourable Minister, the issue Honourable Kimosho is raising, Honourable Minister of Finance, I hope you considered it in your budgeting on the
Thank
caps.
you, Mr. Speaker. Sorry, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we are in the last stages of budgeting, and hopefully by close of business tomorrow, we shall have passed the budget for next financial year. I wish to inform the House that we were cognizant of some of the decisions which were taken by some of the development partners, which have significant implications on the budget. And the budget we have prepared has taken care of the gaps that have arisen from some of those decisions.
Thank you. Thank you. John?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Madam Speaker, Parliament had required the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice to bring a list of all persons being held on remand without trial, and the Attorney General's office committed at least 3 times, twice, your deputy was here, yes, that the list would be prepared. And we brought this question in light of the overcrowding in our prisons, and the fact that of the 80,000 plus in prisons, nearly 40,000 have been on remand. Some of them have been on remand endlessly. And the Office of the Attorney General had said they are compiling the list they would bring here so that we see how to process it.
Thank you. Attorney General.
I think I either don't remember or I have not done it, but I will get the list. However, I don't know how we will deal with people on remand, because the moment a person is on remand, then they are under the auspices of the courts. And our rules don't allow us to discuss those matters. But I'll get the list on the people, because what the member wants is the list of people in prisons, those who are on remand, and those who have been tried. We'll provide it.
But the ones on remand, what is difficult with the disposing of their cases?
That's a judiciary matter, Right Honourable Speaker.
And as we discuss the thing of remand, I hope we are cognizant that the prisons are full. We need to make a provision for accommodation of prisoners. We need to have that provision. Because when you look at what is happening with the prisons now, we will not interfere with the court process, but let's make sure that they have sufficient accommodation. They can be comfortable. No, let him first.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, the issue of congestion of the courts and the process of of the prisons and the process of justice has been discussed here in this House. And I'd like to thank the House, because you have increased the number of judges, you have increased the number of magistrates. We now have a magistrate. So we are trying as much as possible to try and move these processes on faster. Right Honourable Speaker, now we have a G1 at every constituency, trying to get these cases dealt with as fast as possible. We still struggle with the number of state attorneys available to run in all these places, but we are trying our level best, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, we'll ask the judiciary to share with us this information, and we'll come and share with it, but everything is being done, Right Honourable Speaker, to try and speed up these processes.
Honourable Attorney General, I'm saying much as we have the numbers there and we are doing all it takes to reduce the backlog, let's have sufficient accommodation for these people. You need to see what is there. You need to see what is there, because we just need, prisons needs very little money to make sure that they have accommodation. Yes?
Right Honourable Speaker, in the last 2 years, when we are processing the budget, indeed what you are saying is the prison authorities appear and have raised this issue of accommodation. And one of the reasons they advance is that you have many people, perhaps on remand, who have gone beyond even the sentences they would have got if they were formally processed. So I think what we need to do, Madam Speaker, is to perhaps through the committee of the relevant committee to look into this issue, work with the Attorney General to see where the problem could be, because it's not enough for us even to give the budget, but can we decongest prisons by being more efficient in processing these cases?
Madam Speaker.
Yes,
Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Mine is an appeal to the Attorney General, who is the legal principal advisor of government, either as a principal legal advisor or as a friend. Because last time you were the one chairing the parties of General Moses Kainerugaba. Please help us as a country. I don't think that's a company you want to keep. A legal principal advisor of government that people can be abducted and tortured in basements. Please give us a commitment that if you can't advise as a principal legal advisor, at least as a friend, because we need to live in peace.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it is sometimes difficult to speak after my brother, but I want to agree with you that we have a very big problem of overpopulation in our prisons. I give a reference of a Masaf prison in the Busia district, which was built to accommodate almost 30 prisoners, but it has almost 800 per now. It is terrible. And the structures were built in 1960s. They are very old. They don't give a true picture of modernity. I don't know whether it is a problem with internal affairs. Even the same case is going to the police station of Busia. If you go to Busia, Uganda, and look at the police station compared with the police station of Kenya, you think we are still living in the old Stone Age period. And therefore, Madam Speaker, the chairman is saying that smugglers are arrested there. There's no smuggler in Busia. All those people are cross-border traders. There's no smuggler in Busia at all. The Kube market in Kenya and the market of Busia, those are markets of cross-border traders. And even Honorable Cheru was a cross-border trader, the state minister for works. So, therefore, Madam Speaker, as they work on the prison of Masaf to construct it, and the prison and the police station of Busia.
Right, Honorable Speaker, the records are very clear. I have never been involved in trading, whether cross borders. I have never been in trading, but it's in order for a colleague to say that he knows I was involved in cross-border trade when he doesn't have such facts.
So therefore, Madam Speaker, and my
at least you are an arrow boy.
Therefore, Madam Speaker and my colleagues, it is my prayer that the police station of Busia, which is a gateway to Uganda, they should be considered among the police stations that are going to be constructed this year, and even massive prisons. However, Honorable Minister, I've just remembered you're a freedom fighter. Thank you.
Madam Speaker. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Yes, Francis.
Honorable Speaker, the information I wanted to give the House, and that I'm giving now, is that when the Human Rights Committee of Parliament visited Ruzira, there were prisoners who shouted and said, "We have been here for 28 years. And when we interrogated, we found some of them, including a one-year Ruhanga, have been in prison for 28 years and they have never visited the court. And they say they are there on the minister's orders. And we are told there are very many like those, 28 years, 26 years, the Attorney General knows when they say minister's orders. There are people who are in prison on minister's orders. I don't know who that minister is. Pending. Yes, pending. And they have never gone to court. Leave alone remand and you go to court and come back to prisons. These ones have never left Ruzira for 28 years. So we're asking, can't he come in as the Attorney General and advise on how, if they can't try them, let them, so that we deal with congestion. Otherwise, actually 3 are from Buhweju. The one we are Ruhanga is from Buhweju. There were 3 from Barara. And our concern, right, Honourable Speaker, is that those, if they cannot be prosecuted, then they should be released so that we can decongest these prisons.
Honourable AG, kindly make a follow-up on the decongestion of prisons and make sure that the people that we've recruited, the judges, the magistrates, all those people should make sure that we reduce the number.